Hello everyone, we are looking at the transit of Jupiter over the Sun today, and this is going to be studied through the lens of Valmiki's Ramayana. And it's such a simple technique. It's essentially looking at the interaction of the character of Hanuman with the sun god itself. So first let me tell you the story of this, and then we'll look at the actual technique itself and what this transit means. So as a child, Hanuman, the monkey, he saw the sun in the sky, and he mistook it for a piece of fruit, and for some reason he was seized with a desire to eat it. So Hanuman jumped up into the air and grew in size as he approached the sun. Rahu, the north node of the moon, saw his approach and he tried to swallow Hanuman, but he punched him and Rahu flew away and landed on Indra. Hanuman then swallowed the sun, and that cast darkness throughout the world, and all the gods became frightened that without the sun, that all life on earth had died. So they approached Indra, the king of the gods, and they asked him to set the sun free from Hanuman. And so Indra did as he requested, and he threw his lightning bolt onto Hanuman and broke his jaw, and thus the sun was freed from Hanuman. Okay, so what's going on here? Hanuman represents Jupiter because he's the grandson of Jupiter, and in this story the sun obviously represents the sun, and Rahu represents Rahu. So the fact that Hanuman is approaching the sun in this story tells us that it's about the transit of Jupiter over the sun. So let's look behind the symbolism here. Jupiter represents wisdom, whereas the sun, that represents our ego. And Hanuman swallowing the sun is symbolic of the sun, or our ego, losing its power as Jupiter's wisdom transits its position on a natal chart or on a hand. But Jupiter, that creates expansion and growth through wisdom. So the transit of Jupiter over the sun, that swallows the ego's base suffering. And this is different to Rahu's swallowing of the sun. Remember, Rahu is the north node of the moon, and when it swallows the sun, that's the eclipse. And when that happens, that gives ignorance and illusion. But here, Hanuman, as Jupiter, he's repelling Rahu and giving wisdom, so he's doing the opposite. But what Valmiki is really going with this is to say that Jupiter's transit of the natal sun will weaken the excesses of the sun. And so a life without the desires of the sun is meaningless for a lot of people, just as a life without the emotions of the moon is also meaningless for a lot of people. But what Jupiter does is it holds both of these things in balance. Remember, Hanuman can fight Ravan as the moon, but it can also swallow the sun as well, and it's his interaction with these two planets that's really the key to this astropalmistry technique. So if you guys have any questions, put them in the comment section below. Otherwise, hit subscribe. Thank you very much.